Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Bennett, the Fortman County Law Library, and today we're going to look at our last of our free databases you can get access to online with your Fortman County Library card. And that database is Legal Information Reference Center. It's provided by EBSCO. And for the most part, people use this database to get access to our NOLO books that you can find at any of our public libraries. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here's our website. This is the Fortman County Library's website, and you can get access to that at www.fortben.lib.tx.us. And there's a couple different ways to get to the databases. One, you can click on Research in the Law Library, or you can scroll down and click on our Law Library icon. And scroll down and click on Databases and Digital Resources. And then scroll down and click on Legal Information Reference Center. Make sure to click on View Resource. Like I said, this database contains all of the NOLO books that you might find. Some of the titles here include like Renter's Rights, Employer's Legal Handbook, Quicken Legal Will Book, Beat Your Ticket if you're dealing with, a traffic law issue, every tenant's legal guide, maybe some landlord-tenant things. You can find all those here on this database. Now, so you can do a couple different things. One, you can search for the title of the book. You can search for maybe the title of the form that you're looking for. Maybe you looked in, the Quicken Legal Will book and you found a will that you wanted to use. All you got to do is type in the name of that form. You can browse by subject here, so maybe wills and estate planning, family affairs and divorce, whatever you're looking for. You can look through them that way. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the search is like. So maybe you were looking up the Quick and Legal Will book. So I'm just going to type in the title of the book. And as you can see, I've got 128 results. One of the things that this database does is, even though I typed in the title, Quicken Legal Will Book, it's pretty much separated all the results by chapter or by form. And so that's pretty good. For instance, if maybe you didn't remember the name of the form, but you knew it was in the Quicken Legal Will Book. So like, for instance, you really just want this all-purpose will. Let's click on that. And then you're already here. So that made things really easy. But let's say you were looking for chapter 7 and you wanted to take that whole chapter. That may not be the easiest way to search for chapter 7. So we'll look into browsing here in a little bit. But first, we've already got a form here. Maybe this is the form you're looking for. You can download this form either in PDF or in real text. Real text already formats the form for you, and you can open that in Word, Word Perfect. Maybe you have a Macintosh computer, you can open it on there as well. Real text is a pretty standard file format. So let's click on that. Let's see what this looks like. Let's click on Form, and now I'm just going to hit Open With. All right, let's look at the form. And as you can see, these forms are already formatted for you. They're ready to go for you to start filling in the blank. Now be aware that these forms are not going to be Texas specific. They're pretty general in scope. And of course that applies to more jurisdictions than just Texas. So they're going to be very general. So that means you're going to have to do some editing to this document to make sure that it applies with Texas law and applies to your specific situation. So that could include adding portions to the document and include taking things out. So just be aware of that. And that's why it's in Word format, to make that easier for you. So to do that, just click on Enable Editing. And then, it's going to open it like this, and it's going to be formatted for you. And then you can start typing into the document. So, this is the will of Andrew Bennett. And you can just start typing into it. And it works pretty easy. Okay, so that's pretty much what the form looks like. Let's move on. That's a quick look at one of those forms in real text format. Again, you can also print the form. You can also email it to yourself for access from home. And then, of course, you can save it and download it to a flash drive if you would prefer that. Okay. So let's go back to the main screen. So let's say that you've come to this database and you just want to see what they have on a particular topic. Let's continue with our wills and estates topic here. As you can see, once I click on wills and estates, we've got some subtopics here, including estate planning, executors and probate, trust, powers of attorney. Let's go ahead and continue with our wills and power of attorney. Let's click on that. So now here's the 4 books within those subjects. Now, the first one's Living Wills and Power of Attorney for California. You're probably not going to want to use that one because we're here in Texas. So you can already exclude that one. But let's say I do want to look at the Quick and Legal Will book. So now I'm down to 65 resources. That's a little bit better than 128 when we did earlier. But again, be aware, this is all going to be broken up by form and by chapter. Now, as you can see, they're not going to be in chapter order, but this makes it a lot easier to find that chapter 7, preparing the draft of your will, like I was talking about earlier. So here's chapter 7. For this one, because it's not a form, you won't be able to download in real text, but you can download it here in PDF format. So let's click on that. And so now you're in the PDF copy of the book. And this is, now you're in the ebook copy of the book, right? So instead of it being a form where you open it up in a real text format, now we're into the ebook. And it is highlighted so that you can jump from one place to another. So like, I really just want to look at the, this section right here. So let's click on that. It seems to be slow. Apologize for that. Well, normally you'd be able to click on that and it'd be able to take you to that section of the page, but you can also scroll down here. And as you can see, it's a direct copy of the print book. And like I said, from here, you can start printing out. If you go here to the right-hand side of the page, we got our print icon. And then you can access the forms here. So it describes which forms are in this chapter and so on. For over here on the left-hand side, you can jump to other chapters of the book. I can jump back to chapter 5 about executors. I can go back to, these are the forms here. And as you can see, some of them are broken up by jurisdiction. So like, here's an Arizona self-proving affidavit, Alaska. So there are some forms in this book that are jurisdictional specific. So there are going to be some Texas forms in here. I'm going to jump to chapter 10. There we go. Now we're back to chapter 1. Chapter 1, beginning making a basic will. So you can jump back and forth within the ebook. Okay, let's go back to the main page. If you do scroll down a little bit farther, you can look at each of these books and you can click on them real quick. Maybe you really just want to click on the copyright handbook. It's right there. Scroll down, click on it. Boom, you're in the ebook. Okay. And if you scroll over, you can jump right to chapter 1. Okay. And that pretty much is Legal Information Reference Center. Again, you can come up here and search by topic. So like, for instance, I wanted to search probate. I can do that. So now there's 1,106 results. If I come over here, I can narrow my search. So if I just want to narrow it by forms, I can click update. So now I'm looking for any forms that has the keyword probate in it. You can also come down here and narrow it by specific subject. As you can see, there's some subject terms here. Maybe you want to narrow it by publication. So like, let's see here, do we have any Texas forms? Well, we do have some federal Texas Western District forms. So those might be applicable to your situation. But it looks like most of the other states, the state court forms, they don't have any Texas ones on here dealing with probate. So just be aware of that. But let's just click on these federal court forms. Let's see what we got. So now we're down to 5 forms. And as you can see, they're just some general orders here that may or may not apply to your case. Okay. So that's pretty much the quick look at Legal Information Reference Center. Again, it's got all the NOLO books on this website. There are some additional forms that are outside the NOLO books that this website has as well through EBSCO. And of course, you can get access to the forms from any of these books, as well as the general information. Be aware that just because we don't have the NOLO book on our shelf, it is included in this database. So there's going to be a lot of additional information in here that we don't have in print. Okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to call us. You can contact the law library at 281-341-3718, or you can email us at llpublic@fortben.lib.tx.us. And feel free to call any of your branch libraries, whichever one is close to you. They'll be happy to help you with this database as well. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.